Alright, what's up everybody? Dax Cozy here, bringing you an episode of what I'd like to call Reddit Regrets. Now, it's called Reddit Regrets because basically I'm going to be reading things that I am going to regret in the long run, but I'm going to read it and respond to it and give my opinion on it, which, virtually speaking, doesn't mean much. But the whole point of it is basically just to kind of acknowledge what kind of people are in the Paragon community and kind of respond to it, I guess? I don't know. So a couple of rules that I am going to have is, one, I'm not going to use the most popular ones. I'm only going to use the new ones. So whatever time of day it is or whatever day it is, that's what I've got to work with. Rule number two, I'm not going to do anything related to balancing or builds or debates on characters because that's really subjective and kind of up there. I mean, what I'm going to be talking about is too, but in a different sense. And I like this subject more. Rule number three, I'm not criticizing the actual person or individual per se. I'm criticizing the idea or what they're discussing, but not the individual. So if you are the person who made the post, I would like to apologize to you if I hurt your feelings. Please let me know if I did offend you in any way. I don't want to make it anything really personal. It's just your idea, my opinions towards your idea, not me attacking you. Okay, cool. So let's get this show on the road. First up on the bat, if you exclusively play solo queue, please stop complaining about balance. And as you read through this one, it looks like his main gripes are basically that this is a team-based game, and if you refuse to use comms, then obviously you will be bad. Well, okay, a couple of things wrong with that logic. First off, if you're bad, you're bad. Second of all, using comms, typically speaking, doesn't improve your performance that much. And finally, why so angry at people who just don't use comms? What if the guy doesn't have that many friends in real life interested in the game? Are you going to all of a sudden assume that he's just bad because he doesn't have anyone to play with at the current moment? There's too many things wrong with this. And another thing, let's take a look at this line right here. Until Epic decides to get real and implement voice chat. So now we're discussing whether or not Epic Games is going the right direction just because they don't have a built-in voice comms? That's a whole other box of worms. Are you serious? Do you know how much effort it takes to make actually useful comms in a game? Well, first off, I think you're asking a bit too much of the programmers of Paragon, and second of all, I think you in general are very hateful towards anyone who solo queues. I don't think there's a direct correlation between player skill and communication. But you guys let me know in the comments. I think this is rubbish, and this guy probably needs to chill the heck out. Next up, Paragon simply doesn't need last hitting as a mechanic. Period. If you actually go on to read the post, basically explains that mid-game is reached so quickly that last hitting is not a factor. But for his argument to hold true, doesn't that mean that everyone is last hitting at least somewhat? Isn't mid-game reached because of last hitting? My only problem with this idea is that you're basically saying that early game shouldn't be a factor. No! Oh, let's just go ahead and give everyone a participation award. If you are in the game, you should be able to reach mid-game regardless. The entire point of last hitting is who can reach mid-game faster because they're last hitting. I think this is a key point missed by the person who posted this. And then what makes me even more concerned is the fact that he bothered to make a TLDR. Wait, why? Overall, dude, I think you need to reevaluate what the early game is and why last hitting is used as a test of how quickly you can get out of early game, rather than just say, oh, well, everyone can just get to mid game as quickly as possible. But kudos to you. Apparently, you last hit very well. Alright, the last one on the bat is actually going to be one that I think is an interesting topic nonetheless, but basically, is this game coming to Steam upon release? This is an interesting subject that I always like to pose to friends. How much are we relying on Steam as kind of our universal launcher for games? If you're asking me from a marketing standpoint, no, I don't want my game on Steam. I want you to come to my launcher with my game list and my focus. And then on top of that, most games don't design themselves to be revolved around Steam if they have their own launcher. So to have a launcher within Steam just raises another level of issues. From a programming standpoint, screw the idea of Steam and screw the idea of launching through Steam. Alright guys, well thank you again for coming by. If you feel differently about any of the opinions I shared with you on any of these posts, feel free to leave a comment about it and say exactly why you think I'm wrong on the subject. So go ahead, share your ideas about what you think these guys are trying to say or whether you think they're wrong or right. And you know the drill, guys. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you don't. Leave a comment again explaining what your opinions are on all of these subjects. And until the next video, Dax Cozy signing out!